Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Tribute Talk. I'm your host, Emily, and I'm joined tonight by Ronnie and Jerry. And this is our final week of having students join us from Dr. Paradis's Hunger Games seminar class. It's been so much fun week after week. So, welcome to our final group, Jack, Vinny, and Will.
Hi, thank you.
So,
Thank you for having us.
yeah,
Yeah,
would
thank
any of you
you.
guys like to just talk a little bit about like your Hunger Games fan history? Did you read the books before this class or not? Or how did you get into the series?
Yeah, I can start. Before this class, I read it like during the fifth grade in middle school, but I didn't remember much of anything going into this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really fun to read with other people that were also interested in the Hunger Games while comparing different ideas. And it was a lot of fun seeing characters develop from book to book in a way that I really couldn't do when I read it in middle school. And of course, there was avoiding spoilers and everything while looking online, but it was a really fun experience and something that I've never really experienced before, reading a book and kind of becoming enveloped in a franchise like this one.
Cool.
Yeah, so I read the original trilogy back in middle school as well. This is my first time reading the prequel books, and obviously Ballad just came out, or not Ballad, Sunrise just came out. But yeah, it's been really exciting, and the class is a lot of fun. It's nice being able to like actually have an in-person group that you can talk about like this series
Mm-hmm.
with.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's why we do tribute talk.
Yeah,
mhm.
Because we're all so obsessed and we're like, we need people to talk about this with.
I mean, I say
Yeah,
this every week.
same
I've
as
never,
Jack and Will. I read them in middle school for the first time, just the original trilogy, and coming back and reading the prequels and having like a whole class based around it. It's been a lot of fun. It's really a new experience for me.
Yeah, I love that.
I think we're all very jealous that you guys get to take this course, by the way.
Yeah, we all
Right.
totally would.
I
I
need to see the syllabus. Like, can someone like send it over after this? We can all look at it because
And
it
like
sounds
all your
so cool.
presentations and
just
like
everything.
Yes.
everybody's
Essays,
papers, like everything.
homework, live discussions, you know.
I
Just
mean,
record each class.
I asked this a couple weeks ago and it kind of led to some fun discussion, but is there anything that you guys have like paid attention more to in the series like because of your major or even like not because of that, but just like things like through lines in the series that are like something that interests you the most?
I mean, I
Uh,
can't like think of anything off like the top of my head, but just like finding like different Easter eggs or like things that parallel. I know Jack and I talked earlier today about how uh, Haymitch has his mom and Sid, and then Katniss has her mom and Prim, so they parallel each other in that.
Mm-hmm.
for me, when considering my major, I didn't really look at anything like that until we had to give a teaching presentation in February, I believe. So I could kind of start to look in how like the economy changed from like being more capitalist earlier on to and then moving forward turning into more of that autocracy. But of course, being finance, there isn't a ton to look at in that, and I haven't really gotten into those classes too much. But I've seen a tiny bit of stuff in here.
Yeah, I'm a sports media major, so I guess I could see like the entertainment side of the games and how
Oh,
the
yeah.
build up like through the Capitol, especially here in chapter 5, which we're
I
going to
was just
talk about. Yeah, it's kind of cool seeing it through a media lens.
when they said that you were coming on and that you did like sports media, I was like, this is going to be a good conversation. I feel like because I'm not a sports person, but I think it's really fascinating.
Yeah, definitely, 'cause there's a sport aspect to it if you take it in a twisted way.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Very,
Yeah, very twisted way.
very, very
Okay, should we just dive into chapter 5?
do it. This is a rough one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's good though. It's fascinating some of the things that Suzanne throws in here.
A lot of world building too.
So we ended chapter 4 with Wyatt saying, "You might not want me, but it's a sure bet you need me." So we're kind of seeing this alliance between the four of them start to come together a little bit more. Wyatt calls himself an odds maker, not a Booker boy, which Luella doesn't really feel like there's that much of a distinction. It's just like it's all kind of the same,
Which
Wyatt.
Booker boys, I'm not like the most familiar with how they operate, other than just like they're just like the sports betting people, right? Essentially,
Right, he's saying that they're the ones that like take the bets,
and then he's just the one that lays out the
tells them
odds.
like the odds, which
I,
is like, okay.
it's
It's
still
a
Tomato,
kind
very
tomato.
of
it's a very interesting conversation that she's trying to have though. It's like
yeah,
you participate in this sort of system, but you try to distance yourself away from it as much as you can because you know like the morals, like where does your morals lie? And you have a talent that, can be useful, but on the backs of other people dying or, you know,
yeah.
And I think Wyatt agrees that it's unsavory,
right.
right?
He
And
definitely seems uncomfortable with it.
but he's using his skills.
He's using his
What
autism.
else can you do?
Right.
Yeah.
Um, but I kind of like that Maisley just sort of claims Wyatt. She's like, well, if you guys don't want him,
Yeah,
then he's mine. Because I think she's kind of used to being on the outs, like disliked by people, and like kind of rightly so.
yeah,
But she just kind of claims him. And then page 60, we see the propaganda posters at the train station, and it's so interesting because they're slightly different than the ones in District 12.
yeah. I really like the line where it's at the end of the first paragraph where he says, seems like the capital has to convince its own citizens too. I don't think that he's really thought about that before. And I think coming from somewhere that's like, you just think that they're so accepting of the Hunger Games and of your fate, the fact that they still need like convincing through propaganda. I mean, it's just reinforcement just over and over again.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds of Ballad,
Yeah.
going back to that book and how the capital citizens really did not have interest in the games, and we're still
Right.
kind of maybe in kind of a transition that still not everyone is fully into the games, and we need that propaganda continuously to keep it going.
It was definitely Snow's idea. I mean, he definitely learned from his mistakes, or I guess from the past capital citizens' mistakes, and like they need to reinforce this idea that this is it's right and that it's good for balance.
It's so interesting to think about because we always think about the original trilogy and it's like, oh, most of the people back from the Dark Days are dead. But in this time period, it's kind of mixed.
Yeah,
So you still have those people from the ballad era who might be still, they haven't come around to the games, but you have the new generation like Effie and all these other people who were born into it and see the need for it kind of, or who believe what they're told about the need for it. So
yeah,
it's kind of interesting to see that dynamic.
yeah. At the very least, like way more convinced, even if
Hmm.
they're still like a little bit on the fence of it. Like it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I know we talked in like a previous week about Plutarch being like good at knowing what people need. And I
Yeah,
think we sort of referenced this page here, where he's kind of managing Drusilla with
yeah.
compliments. And Haymitch takes notice of that, saying, I guess she's just another plaything he has to handle.
I mean, I've met people like Drusilla in my past. I do have to be honest, and this is kind of how you have to treat them. Like it's very accurate. Not to her level, of course. Like she's like not terrible people like her, but
Very producer-like. That's exactly
yeah,
what they do. They they try to help everybody or fluff everybody up.
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, Jerry, you would know. Kind of in that role of a sort.
You gotta play on people's, what you gotta pull everything what they're best at. So that's
yeah.
exactly what he's doing.
And it just shows like in the future how Plutarch is in like Catching Fire and onward. Like he's very much still like that. And I think he's even learned more on how to play people by that point. I mean, you see like the conversations, at least in like the Catching Fire movie, between him and Snow. Or, like watching it like on the first watch, you're like, oh, Plutarch's an awful person. But then when you watch it again after the end, it's like, oh, he was playing him like a
Like
fiddle. Like
everybody.
just
Yeah.
everyone.
And then I love this at the end of page 60. They're ushered into windowless vans, which I also thought was interesting because in the trailer they do have windows,
Yeah, they're very attentive though.
which, just an aesthetic change. But Hamish says, no light, no air, like they buried me already.
Yeah,
Oof.
that's such a good line.
I love it.
And
And
he
then
like,
I mean, this happens in this chapter. There's so much that happens in this chapter.
I know.
Haymitch looking at Luella and
I was
thinking,
just about to mention that. It's so sad.
yeah, looking after her will give me a reason to keep going. Her looking after me will starve off the terror of facing death alone. I can only hope we leave the world together.
It's like little do you
Thanks.
know what happens at the end of the chapter. Like
It's
Literally.
it's
so
so
cruel, Suzanne throwing that in
And she
right
does that
before
so
Luella
much.
goes.
She does it so much in this book. It's nauseating.
she's just
hmm
dropping crumbs. It's in the most sadistic way.
And
So
of course,
horrible.
she has to go. Like reading
Yeah,
this, she's gonna
Yeah.
go, but you don't expect that she's gonna go in a few
like
That
now.
pages.
quickly.
We'll get to it, but that was like the crazy one of the crazy scenes I've read when I first read it.
Yeah.
hmm
Um, then they
They
oh
go to the
the academy.
gymnasium, which is
They go
actually in the academy. So it's the gymnasium from the academy that
Hmm.
says Tribute Center on it. And I guess it's been like closed up for a really long time, but they're bringing it back out for the Quarter Quell.
Is
well
this
that
the one at the end of Ballad where they donated it in honor of Sejanus?
I
Or is this
Oh,
the original one?
I
Because I
think
know
it's
at the end of Ballad, uh they said that Stribble Plinth like donated a new gym. So I wonder if it's
that's a
that.
good
yeah,
point. I feel like it's got to be the new one because by now it would be older.
Yeah.
yeah, because like at least in Ballad the book, I got a strong sense that like the tribute center was the academy, right? Like
Hmm.
so I mean it makes sense. I just think it's really interesting that they like bring them onto basically like a college campus. Like
Yeah.
parade them around and they're like, all
hmm
right, here, just go to this old building, nobody cares. Like I mean it's definitely a lot better treated than they are in Ballad, but like it's still like
Yeah.
they still don't show them the amount of care that they do in like Katniss's time.
They're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
I mean, and then we get into the really kind of like the wildest thing in this chapter, like to me, that just, I don't know, my jaw was dropping the first time that I read it, but they separate the boys and girls and they're told to strip, and like the peacekeepers just start like ripping off their clothing
yeah. Like they can't take
because
off
they're
their
handcuffed.
they
Yeah.
can't take off their shirts, so they just start cutting into it. And that the line where he's talking about cutting off his ma's shirt, like that is just so sad to me. Like it's like the last thing that he has of home, as other than the Flint striker, but from his mother, it's literally getting ripped away from him from the Capitol.
hmm And then I love the language here. They're marched into a large open tiled room with shower heads.
Yeah,
Like the use of the word marched.
yeah,
And then not only does water come out of the shower heads, but also a noxious soapy spray that Hamish says triggers my gag reflex and burns my eyes.
Mm.
So I feel like we're going really heavy with the gas chamber
yeah. And
Yeah.
also like
parallel
cat
comparison here.
like cattle, like essentially too, because I think they do this in like slaughterhouses as well. And I
Hmm.
also like the detail of like Panache just being like a gross boy, like in the showers. Like I remember I played sports, believe it or not, back in like high school and had to take group showers, and it always being just the most uncomfortable moment for me. And like there would be these guys like that are like strutting around, waving their privates at other people. Like it's so ridiculous, but so accurate.
I guess for our students who are on, like, what did you think of this scene reading it for the first time?
Very unique.
Very
Very
unique.
unique, yeah.
Ah,
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the cap. Like, I remember reading it for the first time. Like, I was a little bit surprised because I thought they'd be a little bit more like human than than they were in
Uh-huh.
Ballad. But like, there
Yeah.
was still like this kind of shows like they're still not all the way there. So
Yeah, I feel like Suzanne has done a really good job of making it feel like an in-between time period between where we are with Katniss and where we were in Ballad for sure.
And it's like I had the same thought when I read Ballad for the first time because I didn't realize how poorly the tributes would be treated. So it was like, oh, this is very jarring. And I had that kind of same feeling with this scene specifically. It's so visceral. And I'm surprised that they're putting it in the movie, at least in some part.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, definitely glad they're putting it in the movie,
yeah,
but
it's so dehumanizing.
and then I'm on page 64. We're introduced to the District 12 prep team, Proserpina and
Yeah, that's how I
Vitus,
pronounce it, Vitus.
which they're university students, which is so interesting that they're still using students in some capacity. It's not like the high school students anymore, but we're into college now.
Like it hasn't really gotten to the point where like I feel like being a prep team member is not the most desirable thing, but I could see it in Katniss's time. It's like that's kind of exciting, even if it is with like a bad like
My
district.
first thought was like it's giving like Disney college program
Yeah,
vibes.
I thought
Yes.
the same thing. We're just
Like they want like the cheaper labor just for like
yeah,
the prep team people, but
but we're
like
gonna make it seem like such an honor.
right, right. But it's like kind of the lowest job that there is, but being involved with the games is like so exciting.
Yeah, not dissing the Disney College program here. I know several people that have been in it, but
No,
like,
I mean that it looks fun, but like
that is kind of what's going on there.
it's kind of what it's giving.
And I didn't realize because I haven't read this since watching the trailer how accurate Proserpina and Vitus's like descriptions are. Like
Mm.
the girl with pink puffballs of magenta hair and the guy with metal apples studding his cheeks, which I was just like, I remember reading that and being like, what does that even mean? But
Yeah.
I mean, they did it in the movie. At least I think
Hmm.
they're apples. They're round, close enough.
Yeah, I love having seen the trailer now
Yeah,
and
I can
now
imagine it.
reading these scenes and it's like, oh wow, it's like even more book accurate than I realized watching
Yeah,
the trailer for the first time.
yeah. And we get
So we find out that the District 12 stylist is Magno Stift, who
great
we're
name.
it's like who? Who is that?
Suzanne is so good at writing names. I can't get over it. Every name is just so fun.
And he's the stylist every single year. So he's responsible for these coal miner costumes that they always have to wear.
It's a nice
Fantastic.
callback. Nice callback to Catching Fire and the first Hunger Games.
Hmm. Proserpina asks if all the bugs are gone, so Haymitch realizes that it was insecticides that they were sprayed with.
Which, and like the dialogue that they've had with Hamish so far has seemed like pretty cordial and like borderline really friendly until they get to that line really where it's like, oh yeah, we had to make sure you're sprayed down for bugs. You have bugs on you. Like it just dehumanizes them even more in just like such a subtle way.
But for them, it's just like casual. It's
Yeah,
like, well, yeah, of course you'd have bugs.
yeah. And I'm always like fascinated by the fact that the Capitol just doesn't like body hair on anybody. It's also very like it's just gross to me that they like force them to shave everything like that. It's also dehumanizing.
Hmm. The insecticides is crazy though, because that is so dangerous.
Yeah,
Like, like that can cause cancer.
yeah.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like it's just it's so like such a disconnect.
And the line that he says where he's like, if I'm going to be around long enough to worry about the long-term effects, I might get angry.
Right,
Like,
I'd be pissed too.
same. I would as well.
And then it's so interesting, like the comparison to like animals again. The prep team works on Haymitch and they leave his claws though. He
Yeah.
asks if he
Yeah.
can keep them, not
It's
like trim his nails.
Of course, the line, I wonder if she thinks of my nose as a snout and my hair as fur and my feet as paws. Like, oh, that's such a good line.
very
Okay,
on the nose.
Ray just joined us,
What's up?
another student from
Hi.
Dr. Paradis's class. So I'm gonna put you on the spot and have you introduce yourself a little bit and just talk about, how you got into the Hunger Games. Is this your first time reading, multiple times reading?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ray. I got into the Hunger Games because I used to live across from a secondhand bookstore, and my dad picked up the books for me when I was a kid.
Oh,
Um, I've read the whole trilogy twice. Once where I remembered it, and then this is my third time going through it.
absolutely.
Wow, okay.
Um, yeah, I just love the story overall.
Cool. So like when you saw that there was a Hunger Games class, that was like
Oh
no
yeah,
question for
instantly,
you, right?
instantly.
That's so cool. Yeah, that'd be me too, for sure.
Same.
So we're on page 66. If you just want to jump in where we're at.
Perfect.
If there's
Um,
anything before that you want to talk about, like,
yeah,
at
for
all,
sure.
Um,
not
I'm
to
I
so
put
hear
you on
I
the
sorry.
hear
spot
the book
again.
rustling.
You're
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I had my alarm set for the wrong day.
Oh my gosh, I've
Oh
slept through
no.
podcasts before. It's okay.
We've all done it.
Not, I don't, I feel so sorry about that. I'm so
Oh,
sorry. I was
you're
really
so
excited for this too.
no. Listen, that's why, like I said, if you have anything to like add, please let us know. Same with the rest of
Um,
y'all too. If you guys want to say anything, I feel like we're talking a lot.
We're
Like,
Yeah,
very
just
casual as
interrupt us,
well.
jump
yeah,
in
please
wherever.
yeah.
interrupt us. This isn't like for a grade. Like, please just talk. we're just
I
we're
mean,
just
I
Hunger
heard you
Games
guys
fans.
talking about the, like, comparing the tributes to, like, beasts with, like, the beatification process and how they talk
Yeah,
about the tributes.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things I really loved about this chapter was seeing the transition into that
yeah,
because you have in Ballad they talk a lot about not even talk a lot about animals, but the tributes are basically just animals to them with them being treated by the vet. Versus there's a little bit of the bestiality talk in Hunger Games when Katniss is first getting the beatification process, but like this is almost a perfect middle ground where they're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
we still respect you, but we don't think you're clean, and we think you have bugs, and you're not as good as us.
Hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah,
This is
it's wild how good Suzanne is at like making it feel realistic.
It feels like a natural progression of the
Mm-hmm.
story.
absolutely. And like the shower scene is just very guttural and disturbing, and like they're just like I've said, it's such a cattle like sort of like slaughterhouse vibe, and like
Mm-hmm.
and Emily, like you said too, like very like concentration camp, especially with the showers. Like that's Suzanne.
Which I think
Yeah.
also ties so well to what we saw in the trailer of like the stockyard.
Yeah,
Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Like when they're going, or what Katniss calls it, when they're going up into the arena and like
Hmm.
just kind of continuing with that, like those animal comparisons.
so I mean, so it's like they're animals that are loved like cows, because like I feel like cows, people like love them, but they're still a necessity that we have to kill.
Yeah.
Mm,
And that's what they're kind of being treated like. And I think in the first, like in Ballad at least, they're being treated like vermin, like less, like way lesser. Like I don't know, like what do people regularly kill? That's like not, I don't know, like deer or something. That's not as like industrialized, but still seen as like a pest. I don't know, but
Yeah, and then the original trilogy, they're like prize pigs where they showboat them around and
yeah,
you know.
it's so gross. And like I see people even in current events like seeing other people like that, and it's just we're not too far.
Yep.
Lauren said that they said that the gymnasium was abandoned for close to 40 years.
Okay, so that's
So
what I
it must
thought.
be the older
Yeah,
gym.
academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Which I know they
Um,
think for aesthetic reasons, but I kind of wish it was the same one from Ballad. But
yeah, I feel like that would be a cool tie-in, but we've
it,
moved on to the Sejanus Gymnasium.
R.I.P. my king, I miss him.
Do you?
I don't know. The more
The
I think
idea of
about
The
him.
yelling and the chair throwing and
it, I'm like, I understand. I understand him because I would be acting the same way. I might be a little bit smarter about it, but
If only he had a Plutarch.
yep.
to guide him.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yep.
gosh. He worked with his grandfather or
Mm.
whatever. Hilarious. Heavens be close enough.
So all the tributes are finishing with their prep teams and they start coming out in their outfits. We get the amazing line from Maisley, which I'm sure is in the film. Looking good, Silka. I hope we all get to wear snot green.
That made me
Yes.
laugh so hard. Like
So
whenever
good.
it's so funny.
And they're still waiting for Magno. There's like a whole page of them waiting for Magno, not knowing what to do.
Well,
And I didn't even realize this on first read, but they start putting on the prep team's outfits,
yeah.
like just for something to wear.
I mean, I would be very upset if I had to go out there in like a medical gown. Like that was just
For a second, like I was kind of thinking that they would go out like naked with coal dust. Like I thought
I did think
maybe
about that
Oh
because
too.
Katniss talks about
gosh.
that, and I thought maybe that they would be like the originators
I
of
thought
that because of the situation. But
I did think that, and then I remembered in Catching Fire when she was like, they're wearing the coal miners' uniforms. I was like, oh,
You know what this
right.
whole scene reminded me of? Or like the idea of like going to school in like in a dream, like going to school in your underwear. You
yeah,
just could not find your clothes. It's like
that is
that was the whole
such a.
vibe while reading it for the first time.
Well, I liked the. Oh, I don't know if we're at that part yet. Wait, let me see. Which page are we on? I'm so sorry. I think I lost track a little bit.
I think we're like 70, 71.
Okay.
Magno is about to show up.
Oh, well, yes. I was just gonna say like before when Luella like mentions like if he doesn't come, do we get to skip the chariot part? And that's like what everybody was like. Oh wait, nobody considered that. Like
Like, oh, I don't
banana.
know what
The
happens
banana.
if they don't go out there.
I've been in situations like that before. Like something happens, and then like somebody says like, "Well, what about the greater picture here?" And we're all like, "Oh no, been there." And they've already burned their like outfits. They,
Which is crazy.
so
I
sad.
really like that line of Haymitch thinking about how his mother has worked on his outfit like so
Yeah.
hard and they just like burn it like it's nothing.
And I'm still like, when Magno comes in, the reptile accessories are so. I don't know if I can imagine them that well. Like it just seems
He has
so
snakeskin
insane.
patterned tattooed skin, a
Oh, I
long
really.
shirt with no pants, sandals that lace up to the pelvis, and then to top it all off, real live snakes as earrings.
And that's just like what Suzanne Collins. I just.
She was
She
like,
had a
"What
lot of
is the
fun.
wildest
I think this is the most
description?"
insane one yet. Like out of anybody in the Hunger Games, like Capital Citizen wise, I think this is one of the most out there ones where I'm just very curious to see how they do this on film. I mean, we haven't seen Billy Porter yet, so
No.
I hope that they're keeping it a surprise because he's gonna look like insane.
Insane.
I need him to look just batshit, like just totally completely off the rails.
And you know that he went all out.
I know.
Like, that was
I
like a
do.
request.
I want the snake earrings. I can't imagine them because like how big do your earlobes have to be? Like your earlobe hole for like a snake to move around in? I don't like ew, ew. I don't like that. I'm very curious.
Matthew said, I think the prep teams and the university students all wear the blue seen in the trailer.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. I think
Okay.
so.
So Magno shows up and he brings the same coal miner costumes.
It's not the
Like he
same.
doesn't bring anything new.
It's
Oh,
not
it's
the
not the
same.
same.
The light turns on.
The light turns on. He changed the batteries. So that's new, which like it's daytime, right? So
It doesn't really matter.
um so they
Like,
end up showing up in oh, go ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say it's actually something I was wondering if the reason Magno gets away with not ever like bringing a new outfit for them is because they're District 12 and Snow is like we need to punish District 12 more significantly than everyone else.
Well,
So he's
yes.
able to get away with things that nobody else can.
No, that
Mhm.
makes so much sense, honestly, because he just has the biggest beef. Like the biggest beef with District 12 for like, valid reasons.
No, that makes sense because he can't I would think the only other explanation would be that he has some sort of connection, like that he's kind of like untouchable or whatever, but like that that doesn't really make sense. So I think, yeah.
I mean, do you think Snow is the reason why District 12 is perceived as like, lack of a better term, like the backwater district? Like,
But it is
I mean,
in
it
the
is, but
10th games too, right?
yeah, that's true. I don't know. I feel like Snow definitely didn't help with it, like later on, especially.
Yeah, I
It's getting
definitely think it's a mix of
progressively
both.
worse.
Yeah, he's just doubling down like as it keeps going because of Lucy Gray.
Like playing to the stereotypes, like, you know,
Yeah, and like somebody that I mean, I'm from Appalachia, like, and the way that people like when I moved to New York City, like the way that people would talk about the South to me to my face and think that it's okay, and like they would even I would
yeah.
have people being like, "Oh my goodness, like you must feel like so much smarter being up here, like blah blah blah," and I'm just like, These are people that you're talking about. Like I don't know what to tell you here. Like it's not just some like desolate like." Quote unquote redneck like country bumpkin place. Like there's people, there's diversity.
We have
Like
cities too.
yeah,
Like
it's like it's not our fault. I'm sorry. It's just the perpetual stereotypes that always seem to like be there for the South. And like it's kind of crazy that even in Pan Am, Appalachia is still made fun of. It's like y'all went through like an entire global apocalypse and you still have time to make fun of Appalachians. All right.
Ugh, they just can't catch a break.
They really can't. I always feel really bad for District 12.
So we get another kind of heartbreaking. Suzanne reading it on a second time is just really laying it on thick because you just think that they're kind of like attached to each other, Luella and Haymitch, but she's really just preparing you to get your heart broken.
Yeah.
But she's having a hard time, and Haymitch and her make a promise, you and me to the end.
Uh,
saying,
Like 3 pages before the end is diabolical.
it's so like she just really wants to reach the point, but at the same time, when you initially read this, you're not picking up on that.
No, no, not at all. You just
And the,
think it's like, okay, I'm storing this because this is gonna hurt when we're in the middle of the games and like they lose each other.
yeah, ugh. And like the fact that like I love which part is this at where he's talking about it might have been a couple pages back actually. I wanted to talk about it like where he's talking about the crowd. I don't know if that's forward or not.
I think that's the
Um,
beginning of the next page.
okay. Um, if we want to move on without that, it's just like
Yeah, the
so
crowd is awful.
it's so
yeah.
visceral. Like I've been in like I've been to like concerts and like places like that before. Like I know exactly like what this feeling is and like the smells. Like it's so descriptive, but it's like not descriptive at the same time. Like Susanna's just so good at that.
Well, I think we've all probably been in, I mean, maybe not if you're like 15 or 16 reading this, but in a situation where we're in a crowd like that and it's just like so wild, or like a sporting event or whatever,
It's like
and
college
everybody's
football
drinking and
tailgating.
or people
or,
are mad about an outcome or
or a college
Hmm.
party to our university students.
right. But yeah,
In
they're
there.
throwing things, they're drinking a lot.
They're stripping.
Feels very unpleasant.
And it seems like so much more chaotic because like I feel like I need to reread the first book where Katniss talks about the crowd reaction to the tribute parade because I do think
Hmm.
it was chaotic, but I just think this seems like even more so. And the fact that they're launching fireworks like into the like in front
Well,
of
the
the
fact that
horses,
they're like close enough to like reach
grab
them
them.
also,
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably something like we're kind of talking about things that they change as things go wrong in the games. They
Yeah,
change them for the next games, and I feel like this is something that they would have changed.
Yeah, which after seeing the trailer makes a lot of sense
yeah. Because like
visually.
I wasn't like a big fan of like at least when I saw set pictures of because I
Same.
wanted it to be on the Avenue of the Tributes. I want that again so
Hmm.
bad. And like it is written in the book that it's on that essentially.
Hmm.
But I do like this change because it is so much more like it's like taking a step back.
Yeah.
Like it because they didn't have the tribute parade in Ballad. I mean, at least in the movie, they had like
Mhm.
kind of one in the book, but it's so nice to see like they're at least taking visual language with the movies to like show like it's still like progressing.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I like the visual of it being in like the round
Yeah, it's
arena as well. Like
very
they could
Olympic
do a couple
period.
laps.
Yeah, I want to know how many laps are they supposed to do? Like, how long is that supposed to go for?
Well, things go to crap pretty
No.
quickly. So,
That's true. I guess we'll never know.
so someone launches a firework, which then spooks the horses, but things are kind of like chaotic to begin with, so that just doesn't help anything. The chariots collide with one another. They're tossed from the chariot, and oh, like we end with Haymitch finding himself in a pool of blood, and he comes to realize that the pool of blood isn't his.
That last two sentences
Mm.
destroyed me when I first read this.
The tribute who's escaped the
Yes,
arena is Luella.
it's yeah,
Yeah.
that line. She's so good at. We have to rank
He's
these chapter
so
endings. I'm
good.
just saying, Suzanne knows how to end a chapter.
Hmm. I guess for our students, was this like a huge surprise to you? Like, what did you guys feel seeing that Luella was taken out so early?
You don't
Yeah,
know.
it
Yeah,
was
it was I'm sorry.
oh, you're good. Yeah, it was definitely just a big surprise. I don't know. I thought that they were building that up to be the like another final two situation, like mirroring PETA and Katniss. But
Mm.
obviously that wasn't the way that she decided to write it.
Anyone else? Thoughts?
I kind of honestly saw like Haymitch's relationship with Luella as like a Katniss and Rue type thing. So I was kind of surprised that
Right.
they'd get rid of her this early.
Hmm.
Also, Emily, I'm so sorry. I realized that I've been on the wrong side the entire time I failed at my job.
Oh, that's okay.
Don't fire me. We have to have everybody see
Reread
beautiful graphics. We have to
as
like
we're on the
everything.
last page of the chapter.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Um, yeah, I mean, anything else? This was, I didn't have a whole lot of notes in this chapter. I think it's just kind of like
Pretty
wild.
It's a
straightforward.
lot of like action and
I
like
think
Yeah.
moving forward.
what's really interesting is I keep getting reminded of the fact that these giant scenes that are so monumental are actually so short
Yeah.
in the book, and not even just in Sunrise, like the initial reaping scene in the first Hunger Games book. It's like a page.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Both like the readings are so short
We,
and yet they're so visceral, they're so impactful,
And
but they're
Catching
like,
Fire isn't it like a paragraph in
yeah,
yeah,
Catching
yeah, it's
Fire?
so
it's so
short.
small. And then,
Crazy.
the final end of you know who, I don't know if they, I don't, can we do spoilers for Mockingjay? Is that okay?
Yeah, you guys have finished everything at this point, right?
Yeah, we've gone through the whole series.
Okay,
Hmm.
perfect. It's
Okay,
like
yeah.
Grim's death, I think, also was like literally a paragraph, if that. Like,
Yeah.
it was so quick. She's so brilliant at writing stuff like that. And yet it's so, and I keep saying it, it's so descriptive in such a minimal way. Like, it leaves your brain up to interpretation of what's happening. And I think that makes it more impactful. Because it's like the Alfred Hitchcock like thing where it's like, if you're going to show suspense, don't show the main threat. Like, have it around, but like not implicitly say what it is. And like, it creates the audience to have like an imagination of like how bad it actually can be, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, Less is more, basically,
She
and it
does it so well.
does it so well.
Hmm.
And
Agreed.
also to keep it, with like a young adult audience.
Yeah, because you leave a lot to your own imagination,
Yeah, which I
like you
think is more
said.
terrifying, extremely more
Yeah.
terrifying.
But then I think it gives the movies like a lot of room
Oh,
Yes.
to
100%.
like translate it in a way that really is going to work for film
Yeah,
and like add the tension and like make the all the scenes are like much longer in the movie than they are in the book.
and no one is
And
gonna say, "Oh, they fell off the chariot wrong." Like,
Right, yeah. Yeah.
like, which I'm sure there's gonna be somebody
yeah,
that does say that. Like,
somebody on tour is gonna be mad
oh
at
my god,
something. Always happens, but you can
it's gonna
see
happen.
that they are running away with this movie especially.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, it's gonna be so well done. I'm very excited.
Okay. I mean, I guess we can transition into a little bit of, I don't know, movie discussion. Has there been anything this
Not
week? We got a trailer, obviously.
We got a poster. I mean, we already had that poster though. I mean, it's a
Hmm.
nice
Yeah,
poster.
I added the poster here just because we never really talked about the poster
I think it's
with
fine.
everything going on.
Yeah, I
Um,
like it.
I It's not my favorite. I don't know why.
what,
I,
Ronnie?
I
It's
like
like,
it.
I mean, I get it because it's like we've seen this,
Yeah,
the
I'm kind of
trailer,
tired of
but
like the arena stuff.
but
Like,
it's nice.
it's a nice poster and it's a
It's not a
very well
terrible
designed
poster,
poster.
and it doesn't have everyone hungers for something. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah. So
that's a that's
five
a that's a
stars.
Yeah, it is
plus.
better than
Yeah,
Everyone Hungers for Something.
Yeah, when they
yeah,
said break the machine, like, or machines can be broken in the trailer, I was just like, oh my gosh, I love that. And seeing the
yes,
poster
Yes,
and
I
the
like the
tagline of
line.
break the machine, I'm like, thank you, someone, for
yes.
actually thinking this through
Hmm.
and not doing everyone hungers for something.
Which still, what?
What are we
Where did
hungry
that come
for?
from?
What are we hungry?
Literally.
Just something. I mean, I'm hungry for chicken nuggets right now. Like,
So many things in ballad that we could have chosen, like quote related, than the random everyone hungers for something.
And then the merch with the Morphling,
oh my
just
god,
that was insane.
Yeah,
But
no,
anyway,
no.
yeah.
Stacey's
Anyway, it'll
favorite.
We got
be
a
it'll be
redo this time around. We
yeah,
got a
we
better
do.
tagline. We're gonna have better merch.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah.
the
What I
other quote I would have loved to see from them would have been paint your poster.
Yes,
Ooh,
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
especially
To
for
be
a
on a
movie
poster.
poster.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see where you're going with that.
They should definitely think of that. If
listen,
you're listening, listen,
Lionsgate
like,
does, Lionsgate does listen sometimes, so
mm-hmm.
I
Lionsgate is
feel
very
like
Ooh.
that could have potential for character posters
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
because well, I think a lot of us are hoping that that will look kind of like propaganda posters,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of what they did for Ballad, but fits
Like
even
the
more, I
snow
think,
one.
with
The ones for Ballad were like fine. I'm thinking more in lieu of like Mockingjay Part 1, 2, like propaganda
mm,
Mm-hmm.
posters, I like, even though the Mockingjay face paint one was like initially a little cringy to me, I love them now,
The
and I think
part two one?
the part two one, and I
Oh,
like
okay.
I think that would look really like
With
something
like
along.
the red Mockingjay
Yeah,
on the face.
yeah.
Okay.
I like something along that line, but like not like that. But I don't know. They could do something good with this. I have noticed, so as I'm looking at this poster, that it kind of looks like insect wings, like the cornucopia, or maybe
Ooh,
bird wings or something. It's just like with the
Hmm.
axes in the back. Like, is that a sledgehammer?
yeah.
Oh my
On the
god!
left,
I
brutal,
just noticed
absolutely
that.
brutal.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think it's been kind of, we've always had these far away shots
Yeah, I've never
in the
Hmm.
noticed those
trailer,
weapons.
and so it's been hard to see like the what's actually in the cornucopia, like the whole point of it. But yeah,
I
that's
think a
that's wild.
sledgehammer is more brutal than an axe. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, it looks like kinda like wings at the very least, a little bit.
I can see that.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
so
seeing the volcano in the background too.
I love it. I'm very
Because
excited.
from looking at it from the other way, the shots that we've had, you don't see the volcano.
No.
Hmm.
I'm sure that a shot like that will be in the like in another trailer or in the movie where it's like him with the volcano in the background.
I don't know. I think it's a cool POV.
It's a very cool.
Yeah,
And it looks so pretty.
Yeah, it does. They have the flowers in the background, which is interesting because they're not really there behind them in the actual scene. But
I feel like when the movie actually comes out, it's gonna be like filled with flowers. I'm convinced.
they're just gonna keep adding more.
Yeah, every
yeah.
trailer is just more flowers. It's like that Kylo Ren meme where it's like more, more.
More.
That would be. But I mean, it looks gorgeous. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Well, I mean, I guess I'd love to hear from our students who are on, like, what did you guys think about the trailer?
I thought it looked really good, and I'm excited to see it. And I think the casting was really
Period.
good too.
Period.
Yes, the cast is amazing.
I was really excited about how prominent the 70s influence was and everything, getting to see like
Yeah.
the afro on Amper and Panache,
Hmm.
and just bell bottoms in general. I loved how 70s influenced it was.
Hmm.
So cool.
It's such a strong choice too. Like I love how it is just basically like hit in your face 70s, but it's not like tacky, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Well, I feel like it's in the same way that like Ballad was very 40s, 50s
Yeah.
inspired, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Hmm.
very 40s, 50s.
It's like this is truly the midpoint between the stories. We're getting that move through time, through their clothing by relating it to our modern day.
Yes.
It's so smart. I don't know whoever came up with. I mean, I guess Suzanne Collins to an extent, but like
Yeah.
I
I
feel like
think
It's.
it's very much implied in the book.
yeah.
Hmm.
Well, like I mean, no, definitely in this book specifically, but in Ballad, I can't really think of anything that like screamed overtly like 40s, 50s to me as much, other than just like post-war, like Germany. But
And
like,
it's been like a very like even I think in 2015 when they did those Victor posters with like Mags and then the other like
oh, I
Victors that we don't
love
know.
those.
It's very like implied with the period like eras there. So I feel like there must have been a thing that they've spoken about like even with the original movies coming out. So I that's one thing from like promotion in the future, which I really hope that they ask Francis and the production designers about like where this like is this ex like from Suzanne
The
or is it
origin of
from
the
the
eras.
Yeah.
eras? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I would
I
not have imagined that at
I
all.
feel like Suzanne loves the movies and
Hmm.
like not that they're 100% canon, but I think a lot of it is canon to her.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if she sees something that she likes, that she just
Oh
didn't even
yeah.
put in there herself, like I'm sure she could have seen like the posters or something and taken inspiration from that. Like Do we think that Effie would have been in Sunrise had Effie
Right.
not been such an influential character
Absolutely
and
not.
changed in
Absolutely.
Mockingjay Part 1? Yeah, I
Hmm.
don't think so. So
Same with, we wouldn't have a ballad book, I think, without Donald Sutherland.
Yes,
Like
exactly. That's what I was
fully, we
thinking
mhm,
would
too.
not have a
Like
ballad book without
the
him.
Dr. Gall, like the quote in the flower garden in the first movie.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
Dr. Gall quote is so similar to
Hmm.
what Donald Sutherland came up with in The Hunger Games.
Yes.
so I mean,
It,
it's definitely a collaboration, and
Yeah,
like
they
even
feed off each other a
I
yeah,
lot.
definitely think she's way more like involved than we think of, or that they let off.
she's just
And
sending her emails from her house in Connecticut,
yeah,
just
and
sitting alone.
if you think about it, she hasn't stopped like working on the Hunger Games ever since like because uh the
Mockingjay's
rights
been
for
out.
the movie, yeah, the rights for the movies, the original movies came out or she sold in 2011. The movie started filming 2011. The movies ended 2015. Then she started on Ballad in 2016. So it's been like a very ongoing thing for she's been living with this for years, and I feel like she's definitely like been involved every step of the way.
And you can feel it with the movies too, just like with how much consideration that they seem to have with her. I mean, she is an executive producer, but at
Hmm.
the end of the day, that is just a title that really doesn't do a whole lot. But
Right.
the fact that Lionsgate and Francis Lawrence especially is like so intertwined with her, it's just so good.
And
I
that
feel
they're
like we're
yeah,
so lucky,
we
Yes,
like
are.
in
We
this fandom,
are.
that
yes,
like with Nina and Francis and Suzanne, like producer, director, the author, they just work so well as a team together, and it
Hmm.
it just yeah
And they
is all
respect
intertwined so
it.
well.
They respect the source, they respect the author. Like other franchises would just run off and make their own stuff like I mean, nothing against Star Wars or Marvel, but there would be like hundreds of series of Hunger Games. They could still do that in the future, but right now it's very respectful, I feel like.
yeah. And I mean, they've always said like we're not going to make any more movies unless she writes another book. Like,
Hmm.
Like
which I mean,
Suzanne wants them, they want Suzanne.
yeah.
Yes.
The dream team.
Let's hope it stays like this.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the trailer?
Guys don't all have to talk at once.
If 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 y'all have 4.5 hours free, you can listen to our trailer breakdown from Saturday.
I was so exhausted after that. I really felt like I ran a marathon. I laid in bed for the rest of the day.
I was like, there's no way we're not run. You kept saying, I hope you have a few hours left. And I was like, there's no way we're gonna
No,
spend that much time.
I knew it would be 4 hours. I had been saying 4 hours basically since we announced it. I was like, this is going to be a long
I
one.
don't
But
know why I always think it's going to be shorter.
Yeah.
there's always something to talk about. Like,
But
there's,
we talked about a 2.5 minute trailer for over 4 hours.
Crazy.
which
I mean,
y'all,
Suzanne Collins jam packs symbolism into everything she does, so that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even like the filmmakers, like every shot, like we would spend like 20 minutes on just one picture. Like, it was so, we had like 125 slides, I think, right? Something
Yeah,
around there.
something like that.
Yeah. And we spent a lot of time, at least more than a minute on each one, at the very least. Like,
Yeah.
it's
hmm
so good. It's so good. I'm so excited. And you know what? It was the most exhausting, but it was the best time of my
It
life.
was so fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you love something that much, you have to go for it.
Right.
Yes.
Why not? Um, I guess any other thoughts from our students or anyone about the chapter? Anything that I missed? All right, we're gonna wrap up 5 minutes early tonight, guys.
Still good. Listen, that was still a pretty good discussion,
A
even though
first
there
for
wasn't as
us.
many.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you missed our 4-hour extravaganza live. That is up on YouTube. It's also up on Spotify now if you have over 4 hours to spare. And yeah, we'll be back again next Monday night for chapter 6. Thank you guys for
Thank
joining
you,
us. Our
students.
students,
Thank
yes.
you.
You're rounding out the class. So this was so much fun, and yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good
Yeah,
night, y'all.
thank you for
Yeah.
having us.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you
Thank
guys
you
have
for
been
having
Course.
us.
awesome. We're gonna miss y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Good night.
Good night.
Night.